Today is the 27th of October, Thursday. It's the third blog I'll be doing today. There may come even more because ideas are just coming to me about what needs to be said and why. This time, I want to talk about the powers of manifestation in the human, any human, and how those powers are being tricked into being misled, at least the majority of humans on this planet. You may or may not be able to understand or comprehend or even accept the idea that you create your own reality in ways beyond your belief. Each and every single human has a part of their personality also called the magical personality. Some call it the higher self. Some call it the Holy Ghost. It's not something that is limited to only Jesus or saints or people with special souls. Everyone has it, but not many have access to it or understand it. If you have a good relationship without conflicts, and without having a bad conscience to your emotional mind will always be sending to higher self requests about what you really want in life. And this is where it happens that you manifest what you want in life. Now, of course, if you change what you want in your life every other day, you're only going to manifest change in somewhat of a chaotic direction. Nothing will ever come of anything. So this is also about the power of staying stable in knowing what you want. It also has to do with how you apply what you want. Now, even if you don't believe me, let me tell you this, that there are two directions you can go when you have a goal in life, and that is the worst being knowing what you don't want any more of. Let's say you bought a special kind of car. Let's say you bought a Japanese car, any make, and it wasn't working for you. And you get so fed up with this car that you say, I will never buy a Japanese car again. Or any specific make or model. You're going to be moving away from something, and anything but what you do not want will be acceptable to you because you are not getting what you don't want. Now, that's like spreading your focus like an incandescent lamp or a match when it could be like a laser beam. When you want something specific, like I want a Corvette, I want a Mustang, or I want a yuppie wagon, or whatever, then you will be moving in a direction that is singular, and you're more likely to get what you want if you do that. that is not how humanity is led as a whole. In general, humanity is led through greater political programs of aligning humanity to move against a common enemy. Right now in the Western world, humanity is being misaligned toward going to war with Russia. Because the banks are failing, of course. They need to generate more money through creating war, death, and destruction. So everything that has to do with Russia is being demonized. It's been that way for quite some time. So that when they call out the big guns, people will cheer them on, but they will not be getting what they really want, because they've never been asked to go for something in a positive direction. The same thing is true with Agenda 21, for example. In the preamble to Agenda 21, which was created by the Club of Rome, it was said, in order to have a suitable enemy that we could align humanity with, we found that global warming, water pollution, and shortage of food was a suitable choice. The problem with this, of course, is that humanity is the enemy. That's what they want. So, by making people environmentally concerned against climate change, the climate is changing all the time. Every day it's different. They're going to be misled from asking the question, what do I want instead? So having a statement of a positive direction is very important, no matter what you believe concerning your manifestation powers. And this is where I come to another suggestion. I have found that by using a very abstract word, a word that can mean something different to me and different to you, but something acceptable and positive, we could find a word that perhaps could align all of humanity toward the same goal, not moving away from an enemy, but moving toward a common goal. And having searched for that word for many years, I have for quite some time ago found that the word long-term vitality for the environment, others, and yourself would be very suitable to align the entire planet around. Because I don't know of anyone that would say no to having long-term vitality, and everyone can find their own way to express long-term vitality. It can change, just like the weather, and it's still a useful way to express what you really want. And because vitality has to be shared if it's going to be long-term vitality, we would also have to reward movement toward that goal instead of rewarding competition, to motivate people that want to do something extra to move in a direction that is appropriate to society's goal. Strangely enough, this knowledge about moving toward instead of moving away is very well known in circles where individual human development, and even corporative development is talked about and practiced. But it's always in the context of competition. And because competition seems to limit humanity's goal to peace as being the best we can possibly do, because we're constantly creating an economic war, nobody thinks about having vitality. But they do talk a lot about peace. And consider that peace is in the middle between vitality, war, and self-destruction. You don't want normalization there. You don't want mediocrity. You do not want stillness. You don't want a static life. You want vitality. You want to be free to express that vitality in any way, shape, or form. So, especially if you have a connection with your higher self and you know anything about manifesting, and I'm sure a lot of viewers will have had approached those things that are watching my channel, I would suggest you sit down and think about what long-term vitality could mean for you, how you would vision it, make it into a film, put sounds to those films, make it into smells, even taste, and emotions. Use every channel of sensory perception that you have to make a powerful representation of what long-term vitality is for you. And request your emotional mind, your inner child, to send that request to higher self for immediate manifestation. And if enough people do that, I think we can accelerate the process of transformation on this planet. And that's the idea I want to leave you with today. Thank you, and goodbye.